unmistakable smell of Chocobo clings to you, adventurer. Ought to be correct in assuming that you have your own trusty steed. Ah, I thought so. Now tell me, is your bird battle trained? If not, you might want to consider seeking the advice of Lucolo at the Brent French Meadows. This guardian native is something of a progeny in all matters concerning our flying feather friends. Should be able to help you attain greater affinity with your bird. Nope. You have the honor of dressing Marcette, well-renowned naturalist and esteemed authoress of the new Eorzean Geographic, the single most comprehensive collection of knowledge all realm has ever seen or ever will see. Okay, she's a little full of herself. You have not heard of the Geographic? Why, of course you haven't. It hasn't been published yet. And it will never be if my assistants keep dawdling around instead of doing their jobs. So hop to it. Of course I'm talking to you. Do you see anyone else here? I do. Now for the 70,000th time, 5 toadstool caps and be quick with them. Sheesh. From my more toadstool caps, each moment you dally deprives the realm of my prodigious knowledge. Here's your mushroom caps. Now, but of course, just as I theorized, the spore density of these toadstools is exponentially greater than those samples taken before the calamity. Clearly, they had evolved in order to adapt to an increasingly harsh environment. And with this, another entry of the new Eorzean Geographic is complete. Who are you again? Someone who is regretting talking to you. Alrighty. Research Assistant 6. Yes, I am speaking to you. Research Assistant 6. That's the title I have deigned to bestow upon you after your humble contribution to my latest scientific breakthrough. Mind you, now that you're officially my slave, research assistant, there will be no slacking off. I require a living lightning spark. Here's a jar. Now hurry. I have it all day. Meh. Someone needs to kick her in the booty. Booty butt, booty butt, booty 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 butt, booty butt. Alrighty. Here you go. Here is your lightning critter. The mere fact that you dare interrupt me means you must have the lightning spark I require. Now, well, hand it over then. Ooh, aren't you a cute little one? Of course, I'm a Lala. Well, think of all the fun I could have with... Whoa. The next assistant who dares shirk his duties is in for quite a shock. Oh no. Now, where was I? Oh yes, toadstools. And my theories are correct, sending a shock through the toadstools would trigger a sense of danger, cause them to reproduce of unheard of speed. Truly my genius knows no bounds. And to think of the discoveries I can make if I had but a single competent assistant. You, Assistant 7. What was it for? Oh, whoever you are, be gone from my sight and let me concentrate for once. Malaka. They're doing the dirty work. Research Assistant 873. You're late. I'm conducting an experiment of the utmost importance to determine the source of the distinctive stink of the stroper's breath. I require one freshly extracted stroper stomach. Stench is said to be strong enough to knock out a man, so I shall provide you a bottle of Marcette's Breath Be Gone. I know not what you've been eating lately, but you may want a dose of it for yourself. Ay. Oh, try not to get killed. Funeral rites for incompetent assistants are eating away at an inordinate share of my research budget these days. I swear to you, that woman is a fiend. A monster, a greater danger to the realm than all the beast tribes together, and then some. Why, I speak of Marcette, of course. No sooner did I return with 300 hornet stingers she requested, she sent me off to conduct a water survey of Hopsy's pond. In my condition, I am likely to fall face first and drown. Oh, friend, I am too young to die. Please say you'll help me. You must. Oh, goodness. Here we go. All nice and done. The heck? System whatever number. Best have the stomachs for our quest, or I believe I shall have your own innards as a substitute. I gotta check that out. You don't know the research assistants have learned nothing of the sort. Get out of here and hone your skills. Might make yourself useful. Right, grab that. I just wanted to go home. Praise the gods you're back. We're able to complete the survey. One, two, three samples from Hopsy Pond. Wonderful. I cannot thank you enough. I can hope to ponder what backtracking tax might be in my future. Pluck the wisdom teeth of a gubu. Cure a leaf from the tree on its head. Gods only know. Grandpa, grandmother, can you hear me up there? Your dear grandson will be joining you all too soon. We go. You have successfully negotiated your first few battles with your Chocobo. Well done. Tell me, how did it feel? Was it not supremely reassuring fighting with your feathered companion? The Chocobo can make up for your shortcomings or build upon your strengths. Indeed, there are countless ways the two of you might complement each other. Through some experimentation, we'll come to find the approach that serves you best. Before I forget, I have one last parting gift. A saddlebag for your Chocobo. Carrying diesel greens about can be quite cumbersome after all. There should be sufficient room for your personal belongings should the need arise. Pray it serves you well in your travels. Alrighty. We know far too little of the sylphs in any way to lay any worthwhile plans. We must call upon the silence once more for your two. I beg pardons. It's a terrible habit of mine to think aloud, but tell me, what brings you to the Adder's Nest? To complete a quest. We come in peace. Commander for sale. Hello. Heaven awaiting the aid of the Scions. Hello, adventure. I bid you welcome to the Adder's Nest. Do you seek to entwine your destiny with the Twin Adder? Good evening, Commander. Sorry to disappoint you, but other business brings us here today. Ida Papalimo, always a pleasure to see the two of you. My men tell me you quest in the name of the Scions of late. Quite so, Commander. Little Bird told us that the Twin Adder was in need of our adventuring prowess. Aye, your Little Bird sings true. No doubt you've heard that we're investigating the Sylphs, that curious bee tribe that call the Duffs of the Twelve's Wood home. Sylphs are, for the most part, a peaceable bunch, much to the delight of the elder Seaseer, who has no desire to see her people embroiled in yet another fruitless war. The Twin Adder is of the same mind, and 'tis precisely for this reason that the Sylphs' relations to the primal Ramu has raised a flag of warning amongst our ranks. Friendly as they may appear, beastmen will be beastmen. Should there be a sliver of a chance that a summoning of the primal might disturb the balance between Gridania and the Sylphic tribes is a possibility we cannot ignore. Better to be safe than sorry indeed. Do we strike at Ramu or leave the Sylphs to their own ways? That is the question. I find myself lacking ample knowledge to arrive at an answer. Opinions abound within Gridania, but to listen only to one's own among the grave mistakes a commander can make. I would hear from the other side, the Sylphs themselves, and seek an impartial party to serve as my liaison. That is where you Scions come in. Of course. The Sylphs of Little Solus remain untempered, and have held many a productive dialogue with our people. I would hear their candid thoughts on their tempered brethren. That said, I urge you to exercise due caution. Sophic tradition and etiquette bear little resemblance to our own. It would not do to have any cross-cultural faux pas in any way for productive parley. In order to little solace, you will come upon Hawthorne Hut. Our officer stationed there can enlighten you on how to win the sylph's favor. May your expedition be a worthwhile one. Friendly palaver with the sylphs? This should be pleasant enough diversion. Hawthorne Hut, was it? I believe that ferry departing the West Shore Pier should take us straight there. Friendly palaver, indeed. I hope this will be as straightforward as you say, Papalimo. I hope so too. Don't need any extra trouble. Ooh, new quest. Dragoon. I dare say you might be the right man for the job. The Guild has an urgent need for a capable lancer for a mission beyond our nation's borders. Hear me out, if you will. I received word from an Ishgardian friend to the effect that he requires our aid. But have you go and provide that aid? As you may already know, due to ongoing conflict with the dragons, Ishgard has kept her gates closed to outsiders for some time. Occasional Dragoon on patrol duty is about all folks see these days. In spite of her self-imposed isolation, however, the Holy See has never failed to honor her obligations to our allies. It is only fitting that we answer the call and lend what assistance we can. To this end, we offered to dispatch a contingent of wood whalers with all haste, but were politely informed that they would not be welcome, much to our initial confusion. Slater explained that we are dealing with a matter of some sensitivity, best handled by individuals who are capable and trustworthy, yet unbound by allegiance, and who fits that description, say the adventurers. Secrecy being paramount, I can provide no details as to the nature of the task. All you need to know is what will be revealed at the rendezvous point. Should you accept the mission, take yourself to the observatorium. A knight by the name of Sir Albrecht will receive you upon arrival. Oh. This knight? Oh, he must be the adventurer of whom Dwayne sent word. Greetings and well met. I am Sir Albrecht Bale, Knight of Ishgard. The Holy See is much obliged to you for your aid. Time being of the essence, I shall proceed straight to the heart of the matter. The eye, an Ishgardian relic of immeasurable worth, has been stolen. We have reason to believe the culprit has come this way, so it is that we ask your assistance in this recovery. The thief has been identified as a man named Estinian, Dragoon sworn to the service of the Holy See. Aye, you heard true. The crime was perpetrated by one of our own, an individual in a position of trust and no little honor. You may be sure that a fate worse than death awaits upon his capture. My duties to the sea afford me little opportunity to travel beyond the walls of Ishgard. I must confess to a grave ignorance of recent Gridanian affairs. I was told that a sentry by the name of Logdranel might have knowledge of routes off taken by Ishgardian fugitives. I would prefer to keep my identity a secret, and thus would have you gather what information you can from the man. You must act quickly, for you see, Estinian is... How about I've already said too much. What matters is that we find our thief and the eye with all haste. When last sighted, Estinian was clad in black armor. Now go, speak not a word for what I have told you to anyone. Okay, no problem. Oh goodness, that background music. Not piano, but harpsichord. Ooh, that's a nice, lovely touch. Routes favored by Ishgardian fugitives? Now that's a question I don't hear every day. You're plotting some unsavory act yourself, are you? Even if you were, I doubt you make it far. Any road we caught a few fleeing to the North Shroud. what with Gridania being home to nearly as many Elizin as Ishgard, it's no easy task to identify outsiders. But if you're on the hunt for someone, you could do worse than to visit Frontiel's Spire in the North Shroud and speak with a man named Idristan. If any suspicious persons have crossed the border in recent days, he'd be the first to know. Alrighty. Hail, adventurer. Yes, I'm the one tasked with monitoring those who would enter our lands by the way of Kurthus. The Ishgardian knight clad in black armor? No, I recall nothing of the sort. Such a striking visitor would be difficult to forget. My apologies, friend. I can only suggest that you return to Logdranel and see if there's any other theories. No luck, you say? Most curious. Why, it is nigh impossible that a fugitive can have made it this far without being espied from Forentel's Spire, which leads to the possibility that your man is still in Ishgard. It runs counter to good sense. Would the fugitive not want to put a distance of grounds between him and the pursuers? But by a process of deduction, it is a possibility. The climes of Ishgard are not kind to drifters and vagabonds. That said, there have been talk of curious smoke wafting from the cave east of here at night. Were I you, might begin my search there. Alrighty. Let's go, Night Chocobo. Oh, I need to give you some more traditional greens. You're nearly out. Because I don't want you to go starving. I need my Choco Buddy. Alright, check out the campfire. Look around. Hello. The Ishgard resort to sending coin-starred adventurers after me. I know not whether to laugh or feel insulted. It rouses for another? Preposterous! Our paths shall cross again. You shall be sure of it. Boingy! It's a lala, I cannot jump that high. But I can try. With much practice, even I shall be able to eventually release the ground to the earth. Dragoon clad in black? Tell me all that transpired. By the fury, that I would choose another? I had not thought it possible. In light of recent events, might seem an explanation is in order. The eye is no ordinary relic. It harbors the power of the dragon, and it bestows upon a single chosen soul the strongest and wisest Dragoon. He who is chosen is possessed the power to fight our immortal foes, the dragons of Dravania, on equal footing, soaring the firmament as if it were an extension of the land. That man is known as the Azure Dragoon. The Azure Dragoon is the light of hope of all Ishgardians and the paragon of all Dragoons. For this reason, you may imagine that it pains me to have confessed, and the man you encountered, the thief, is none other than the Azure Dragoon, and that I was once his teacher. Needless to say, I acknowledge myself accountable for Estinian's misdeeds, and mean to do all in my power to find him and recover the eye. But I cannot do this alone. I require your help, Kalanu, you who have received the power of the dragon. You may labor to believe it, but there can be no mistake. So a dragoon, I bear glows in your presence. Irrefutable proof that you are chosen. What I can ill explain, however, is the why of it. Never before in Ishgard's long history that the eye aroused to more than one individual in a single generation. But it avails us not to cudgel our brains about it. The fact of the matter is that you are now a vessel for the power of the dragon. That dragon lies in slumber, however. and you must needs possess the means to wake it, the soul of the Dragoon. I would entrust you with mine, Kalanu. Like Castanian, I once ruled the skies as the Azure Dragoon, although that power has since become lost to me. It was simply by force of habit that I have hitherto kept the soul upon my person. I have no inkling as to why the eye has seen fit to choose a second, and an outsider at that. One thing is clear. None can challenge the Azure Dragoon and conceivably prevail save another Azure Dragoon. You are our only hope of bringing Estinian to justice and reclaiming the eye. Of course, I do not ask you to do this unaided. I may be a Dragoon no more, but what knowledge I have, I shall gladly impart to you. New teacher! For indeed, when the time comes, you must face Azure Dragoon. Not less than complete mastery over the power of the dragon will avail you. That a perilous road lies ahead of you, I shall not deny. Knowing this, if you would lend me your lance, I will teach you to harness the power that has chosen you. Go forth, my young Dragoon, and rouse the dragon within. Look forward to your return. Alrighty. I get jumps. Ba-dum. Alrighty. Your inner dragon grows stronger.